Queenzflip and Danny from the Stop settled their differences?
Diss me all you want. Leave out your name. Don't crack no joke. Don't heckle. Don't laugh. Because if I see you, I'm upside your mouth. Just for that. That's how I feel.
I think that you think it's a game, right? So I be hearing you do the imitations, and I saw it. I think it's funny, but I just think that you should just chill and just keep talking what you're talking about on the show. Like, I'm telling you, just leave me alone.
I think with the situation where I mentioned maybe a family member in the past, I largely get where you were coming from. So I did kind of retract what I said. As far as the shirt, I see it as like podcasting because it was just something that like you guys make merch. Why can't I comment on it? Now I didn't know it was fake. I thought it was like actually real because it did look like a real design, and I didn't even attach the two X's. And I never said I would sue you. I don't. I think maybe you think that that's what I said, but that's not what I said in the video. I don't know. I feel like we'll never build a bridge because it seems like there's just so many invisible lines, mines, and for the most part, I feel like I've largely 100% kept it respectful. But I'm sure there's people here who disagree, but I don't.
Okay, so you did, yes, you did retract your statement. I don't ever speak about you. You're blocked. You critique. I'm saying you can do whatever you want, and you keep and the people that rock with you keep saying that Flip is trying to use bully tactics.
I think you are, or you are doing bully tactics
Who?
because like what you just said, like there was that situation with the young lady that was on your show, and there was people reaching out to me to try to interview, and I didn't even think about it. I was like, I don't know why they DMing me. There's no point in that. So for you to act as if I'm trying to like make not about the pod is not really accurate, and my actions have dictated that. And the other bully thing is you've come on stage, you've called my family a whole, you call my mother and all this other and I understand that's part of kind of your thing sometimes is like just disrespect that you've done it on this space tonight. That's a bully tactic because I could never imagine calling anybody that. Like even when I interact with people on spaces, a lot of the things I do is just witty jokes. And then on top of that, for you to kind of impose this no pod zone is kind of wild. Like I can't go podcast at a studio because of something I said or something I said that was pretty mild that I said, oh, I could see how you took it that way. So those are bully tactics. And for you to get mad about the Joe Budden Network thing, that's pod critique, really.
Ian and Joe, Ian has told me I like the guy Danny. Ian's told me this himself. I like Danny. Okay, cool. I don't give a if you like Danny. Well, I'll ask you a favor, Flip. What's up? Don't go to nobody's house. It's not worth it. That's not what we do. All right, I got you. My opinion is that you shouldn't antagonize the situation. That's just me.
I'm not antagonizing you in any way. I think it's just
Okay.
it may be this is not an insult. It may be a character flaw that you need to examine because I think you said things about me, but I'm not. But this shirt stuff to me is just kind of really really overblown. I I don't understand it at all.
Okay. Well. Yeah,
And
I
I
hear
and
you.
I it's okay. I don't want to go in circles because I know some people here probably don't even want to hear me speak. But with that said, I don't see the shirt thing. I understand the thing prior.
Okay. All right. Well. Then we have to agree to disagree, and I feel how I feel.
That's right. In a recent Twitter space, I spoke to Queenzflip about all the issues he's been having with me. Yes, that's right. We addressed everything. We got to the bottom of our issues, and I must say it was a productive conversation. And I think it was a commentary on podcasting, content creation. Where do the lines get blurred of disrespect? But let's go over the history of this. For those of you that don't know, ever since Flip arrived on the Joe Budden podcast, I've been one of his biggest supporters. But a little bit into his journey into the Buddenverse, I made some critical videos. And it seems like that's where me and Joe Budden's newest hire, Queenzflip, got our wires crossed. Well, over time, we would exchange and I would talk about the podcast. However, there was one specific incident where I would bring up how I was on a Twitter space and there was somebody connected to Flip, and in that, he felt like I disrespected. Well, eventually I would say, I apologize if you felt that way. I could see how you would feel as if that would be a way of me starting to disrespect you. But then something new happened. I published a shirt that I thought was his. It was Queenzflip with two X's over his eyes. And Queenzflip literally thought that I said I wanted him to die. Now, I'm not trying to make fun of Queenzflip, but I wanted to kind of highlight the issue that he had. That's what he said on the Twitter space. And when I saw he was having the Twitter space, I got on my burner because he has my real account blocked. And I went up there. And we immediately got started off on the wrong foot because, he was like, he felt like I was disrespecting him. That wasn't necessarily the case. I was just letting him know I understand the first incident we had, but this t-shirt thing just seemed like a big reach to me. I feel like, I think the first incident we had made Flip mad, and then when I do anything else after that, that kind of makes him feel some type of way. But I think we had a productive conversation. However, later on in the space, I said something that I was kind of surprised Flip had such a strong reaction to. I said that when he was asking, there was this basketball player on It Is What It Is, very non-important information. I said Lenny Cook, and he was like mad that I said Lenny Cook. I was like, why are you mad I said Lenny Cook? I was like, why is he pressing me over Lenny Cook? Lenny Cook was on It Is What It Is, but I don't know, maybe anything I do, any type of movement I make makes Flip mad. But I think moving forward, we've established a good boundary zone, but we'll see how this goes. Sometimes you can say one thing that people mistake, but overall, there was that space, and there was another Instagram live that Flip did where he was, really angry, and he said that the only people protecting me are on the podcast. He mentioned how Ian said not to come to my house or my job. He said that Ish gave him a talking to, or tried to talk to him about what he wanted to do to me. And we'll see how this goes. I think we're in a good place, but who knows? But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you feel like I've crossed the line. I know a lot of people sometimes are disingenuous, though. They feel I've crossed the line just by covering the podcast because the Joe Budden podcast means a lot to them. And I don't understand it, but I guess that's just the way people feel. Can't stand it. I know you planned it. Yes, that's a Beastie Boys line. I'm sure you weren't ready for that. All right, y'all. That's my video on the subject. Remember, follow me on Twitter. The Twitter Spaces is where I make a lot of content. I also make a lot of videos on Twitter, a lot of funny memes. I'm a funny guy on that Twitter app. But remember, follow me there. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.